today on the Ford Ranger. We're gonna scrub the door jambs with a little soap and water and elbow grease. Let's get started. Tools, bucket, soap, hose, mean green, scrub brush, coffee. All I'm gonna do is get in here and scrub it out. And I'm gonna get into the, this is relatively clean up top, but anyways, gonna wipe that down. But more importantly, in here, that needs a good clean. We're gonna get right in there and then I'll show you the end result, all right? Door jamb cleanup complete. There you go. So I wiped this down, it's drying, and it just looks way better. Not perfect, and I'm not worried about that. You still see some streaks. I gotta go in here and do some hinge work. I'll get that all around too. But what I'm looking for is just wear, tear, rust, corrosion. And the dirt will not only block you seeing it, but it actually creates a nice environment for rust to work in. There is a little bit of corrosion here. It's just bubbled paint, tiny bit of rust showing. And the hinges, remember, I just used a degreaser, so it wouldn't surprise me if they squeak. That's okay. I just spray some lithium grease into the hinges, not a big deal. And then I just cleaned up all this, got it all clean. And these are that part in this generation, that's your exterior of the truck, so it's actually kind of hard to get clean. And it's actually hard to get behind here. So anyways, that's done. And the other side, the driver's side, the commander's side. So you can now see a little more corrosion on here that was concealed before. You could see it, but you had to look hard coming along. But that's really it down there, where my fingers are, a little bit behind the hinge itself. But over here, that's pretty good. Stabilizer links, the ones that are on the vehicle right now, no good. Bushings are, they're not bushing anymore. They're not even close. So just prepping right here. I'm just going to do it well where it sits. Of course, there's no engine in it, so I can't really move it. But the stabilizer link, right there. And the you can't see the top bushing, but it basically doesn't exist. So we're going to get going on that project. And in that grab bag of parts was new stabilizer links. So I started looking online, and I had this picture in mind, and I thought they were the wrong ones. But anyways, it turns out they are actually the correct ones. So that's good. I'm going to go and get at it, put those new ones in, and I'll touch base with you when they are all complete. Hello everyone, update on the Ranger suspension. Here we go. New ones in. There you go there. You can see them in the new stabilizer links. A couple of tips for you if you're going to do this. This is like a giant bolt. I'll show a photo perhaps here. And it just sort of unstacks. You'll see when you look at that photo. Couple of things when you're working on your suspension. You're obviously dealing with the vehicle's weight, so be very careful. Don't just use a jack, use axle stands. In my case, I just lifted the whole vehicle up. Remember, it doesn't have an engine, pretty light, and I had the tires on. So if it's gonna collapse off the jack, it's gonna have the tires on still. I'm still safe. I might get a bruise. No big deal. The next thing is if you were to do this job in particular, I unloaded the suspension, raised the vehicle up, and that gave me lots of room. And then you look at this stabilizer link and it's not long enough. I'm like, well, I just catch one or two threads of the nut. I'm like, well, that's not a big deal. Put it on one or two threads, lower the vehicle down, and then you'll have lots of room to tighten it up. So there's a hot tip for you. The other hot tip for you is I ended up using the very delicate tool behind me here. That one there, basically the nail clipper. Just because the way the previous stabilizer links were in there, I had to cut them off right above the trailing link. The lower control arm. So anyways, that's a couple of tips for you there. Suspension or the stabilizer link is done for now. On to the next. Hello again. Busy day around here on Civilized Rides. Working on the Ranger, so we already showed you the washing bit of it. We already showed you the new suspension bit of it. And then I finished off with new door hinge pins and bushings for the door. This was sagging quite a bit. You'd open the door and it would sag down, and then it would catch on the way in. So anyways, we fixed that up. Brought in here. I've removed the pin hinges, 2 of them out, and then put in new pins and new bushings. Word of warning, if you do decide to do this yourself, you may need to become a machinist with a press. The kit that I got, very finest quality off a website we all use, wasn't perfect. No kidding. Anyways, a quick drill and some lithium grease and my vise took care of the press. So it can be done if it doesn't quite fit on its own.